Good afternoon, everyone. By the authority given in the statutes of the Open University, I now declare this congregation open for the conferment of degrees and the presentation of graduates. Distinguished guests, graduates and friends of the university, it is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you all to this 27th of the Open University's degree ceremonies being held in 2018. And we are delighted this afternoon to welcome the Right Worshipful Mayor of the City of Peterborough, Councillor Chris Ash, and the Mayoress, Mrs. Doreen Roberts, who found time in their very busy diaries to be with us today. Thank you. It's also my very great pleasure to welcome our honorary graduate, Mrs. Maureen McCall. We are delighted to be able to honour her here today. During the past year, the Open University has awarded over 20,000 qualifications, ranging from a Certificate of Higher Education to Doctor of Philosophy. Throughout 2018, more than 7,000 graduates have been presented for their qualifications at degree ceremonies such as this one today in Peterborough. It goes without saying that today is a very important occasion in the life of you, our graduates, your families and loved ones, as well as the university staff, who I hope you feel have really nurtured and supported you. You could be forgiven for thinking that the occasion is so important that it needs to be very solemn. And on that, you'd be quite wrong. In every sense, this is a day of celebration. So we up on the platform here are going to be very disappointed if anyone crosses the stage today to anything less than rapturous applause, or indeed whatever other way, and you've seen plenty of examples. So whatever other way you choose to express your enthusiasm and support. And with that in mind, why don't all of our graduates of today briefly stand? Could you please all stand? Friends, families, and Open University staff, let's start today's ceremony by giving all our amazing graduates a really huge round of applause. Thank you. Now, there's one more way you can show your appreciation to your graduate, and that is that you can post a message or photos on social media with the hashtag OU/ceremonies, and we will share your congratulations and celebrations both with the world outside and also with everyone here in this ceremony. So please do use social media if you would like. Today's ceremony will begin with a presentation of those graduates who've gained higher degrees and first degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Laws, and have been able to attend here today. And they will be presented by my colleague, Mr. Nicholas McCart, Director of Operations, Academic Services. We will then see the awarding of the honorary degree of Master of the University to Mrs. Maureen McCall. Dr. Ilona Roth, Senior Lecturer in Psychology from the Faculty of Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics, will present Maureen McCall, who will then sign the Honorary Graduates book and make a reply to us all. And then we will continue with our presentation of graduates, those who've gained Bachelor of Science degrees, foundation degrees and diplomas of higher education, and have been able to attend here today. And then to conclude the ceremony, I will give a personal address to the graduates. So I now call upon Nicholas McCart to present the graduates.
Pro-Chancellor, I shall now present graduates who have gained higher degrees and have been able to attend here today. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, I present to you for a thesis entitled Identification and Characterization of Potential Novel Targets in Thyroid Carcinoma, Evidence of Non-Oncogene Addiction Unveiling Tumor Cell Vulnerabilities, Elena Chetty. And for a thesis entitled A Cognitive TV Whitespace Access Framework, John Martin. I present to you for the degree of Master of Arts in Childhood and Youth, Fatima Mahboob. Gillian Turton. For the degree of Master of Arts in Classical Studies, I present Owen Jones. For the degree of Master of Arts in English with distinction, I present Helen Proctor. For the degree of Master of Arts in History with distinction, I present Francesca Joseph. For the degree of Master of Arts in Business Administration, I present Cheryl Barsdell. Chuan Gao. Mark Lazell. Richard Perry. For the degree of Master of Engineering, I present Stephen Williams. For the degree of Master of Laws, I present Veronica Brooms. For the degree of Master of Science in Advancing Healthcare Practice, I present Kay Fillingham. Charlene Fomento. For the degree of Master of Science in Computing, I present Anthony Albertin. Pro-Chancellor, I shall now present graduates who have gained Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Law degrees and have been able to attend here today. The full subject details are printed in the insert within the ceremony programme. I present for the degree of Bachelor of Arts with First Class Honours, Caroline Carder. Alistair Eld. Heather Grant. Catherine Hegarty. Deborah Martin. Cecilia Metherell. Jessica Ralphs. Madeleine Varley. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, I present Claire Allen. Peter Beeks. Thomas Balassi. Louise Bradshaw. Andrew Brand. Abigail Brooks. Helen Codman. Roseanne Cornish. Hannah Crust. Lisa Kerno. Tracy de Berg. Alice Dickens. Donna Foster. Roseanne Furness. Diane Gannon. Scott Gilling. Daniel Glacken McColgan. Kay Goodman. Kerry Gray. Amy Hartley. Ethna Hawthorne. Marcus Hewish. Stephen Hood. Petra Hudetsova. Marcus Hunt. Kimberly Jessen. Paul Keane. Laura Kettle. Njeri Kimani. Catherine Levy. Ailey Malcolm. Kim McGrath. Gareth Milton. Gareth Morgan. Emma Morris. Stephen Morrison. Lynette Mulusuela. Sarah Munsey. Michelle Nobbs. Maria Osho. Laura Peddy. Samantha Peddy. Claire Percy. Michelle Pewsley. Eloise Rose. Bailey Rolls. Esme Shakespeare. Victoria Shankly. Nikki Shelbourne. James Summers. Claire Swallow. Molly Simons. Megan Taylor. Sabrina Topolowski. Joe Ticehurst.
Husband and wife.
And together, Gary and Carol Tierney. Isabel Turner. Kerry Twycross. Hayley Ward. Susan Webb. Elise White. Mike Woods. Rebecca Zanka Allen. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, I present Fatma Abdallah. Charlotte D'Souza. Zoe Lee. Charlotte Patience. Tracy Poole. Alan Voice. Hi, Jazz. For the degree of Bachelor of Laws with first-class honours, I present Ijaz Badshah. And for the degree of Bachelor of Laws with honours, I present Michael Conlon. Hannah Dunn. Emily Ellaby Calladine. Faye Fitzjohn. Sarah Guy. Emma Hoole. Nicola Humphreys. Carmen Malloy. Richard Umboa. Martina Norman. Matthew Platts. Rebecca Wellard.
Pro-Chancellor, colleagues, graduates and guests. Through her leadership at MK SNAP, a charity supporting adults with learning disabilities, Maureen McColl has made an incredible difference to the lives of hundreds of people in the Milton Keynes community. Maureen gained her degree in history from the University of Glasgow and her postgraduate qualifications in teaching from Oxford Brookes University. She enjoyed a varying and successful career in education and charities before becoming Chief Executive of MK SNAP. When Maureen joined MK SNAP in 2012, it was a small charity offering day provision for adults with learning difficulties. However, under Maureen's leadership, the organisation progressed to become a social enterprise, thereby achieving more self-reliance and sustainability. The first step was to establish an education curriculum which provided possibilities for people to try new ways of learning and created opportunities for all. This enabled the learners at SNAP to develop their skills and begin to run a business within the centre, producing handmade crafts. Soon afterwards, the centre also opened the doors of a cafe. Both initiatives enabled participants to gain important skills and to benefit from the pride and satisfaction of meaningful work. MK SNAP also invested heavily in the facilities, winning a Community Spirit Award, which enabled them to revamp the centre, and People's Lottery Grant, which transformed the existing garden into both a fully inclusive space and another business enterprise. It established new programmes to promote exercise, well-being and healthy living. It also continued to expand the range of education so that those attending the centre can now study everything from photography and art to communication and life skills, as well as sport, offered by the MK Dons. Focused on their potential, capacities and their abilities, this approach has transformed the lives of many adults with disabilities. Today, more than 125 adults visit the centre each week, including those recovering from strokes and head injuries, alongside those with learning disabilities, in order to work, train, learn, socialise and enjoy themselves. Maureen's leadership and lobbying has also been vitally important in helping Milton Keynes become a more inclusive city, in which people with disabilities are able to participate, flourish and contribute. She has, for example, built important and lasting partnerships with the business community and with civic leaders, and was instrumental in establishing Disability Awareness Day, now celebrated annually on 14th of July. After marking MK SNAP's 25th birthday, Maureen has recently left the charity to embark on the next chapter of her life. So this award is an especially appropriate way to honour her legacy. The Open University is always delighted to celebrate individuals and organisations who are vitally important to our own local community, and especially those whose ethos and mission of education, opportunity and social inclusion chimes so directly with our own. We are proud of our own track record in supporting students with disabilities, and of our work in supporting those students for whom traditional learning may not be effective. We are therefore especially pleased to recognise Maureen's contributions to Milton Keynes and its people. Pro-Chancellor, by the authority of the Senate, I present to you for the honorary degree of Master of the University, Maureen McColl.
Pro-Chancellor, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, I really can't believe I am standing here today being honoured for doing a job that I absolutely loved and for following my passion. I'm very humbled and proud to be recognised by such an amazing organisation as the Open University. Inclusion, opportunity, diversity, education, and community. These words describe my beliefs and the values I hold very dear. The Open University itself encompasses all these values, and that is why we are all able to be here today. From a very early age, my parents encouraged their 4 children to follow their dreams, to have happy lives, but to always remember that there were people less fortunate than ourselves, and through life to try and make a difference wherever we could. They instilled in us the motto, no matter how far you go in life, how high you rise in your careers, always remember your roots and remain true to yourself. A very good life lesson. I was able to make a difference at MK Snap because of my background, my passion, and my sheer determination to make things better for people who quite often don't have a voice in the community. Many of us take these opportunities for granted, and somebody needs to say something for the people who can't speak for themselves. I'm also very aware that today many of you have had some huge obstacles to overcome to become graduates. I congratulate you for the enormous achievement of today. The Open University provided the opportunity, and you were able to take it. The word opportunity should be available to everybody. Today, fellow graduates, I believe we have a duty as ambassadors of the university to go forward and make a difference to people's lives wherever we can. I know from personal experience that helping somebody to change their circumstances will be the most rewarding thing you'll ever do. I promise. Finally, some of my family are here today. I would not have been able to do what I've done without their support and their encouragement. And I particularly want to thank my husband, Ian, who has always believed in me, always supported me, even in my craziest ideas and craziest moments. He's been there for me, encouraging me to go forward and make a difference. So thank you, my family.
Pro-Chancellor, continuing the presentation of graduates, I shall now present those who have gained Bachelor of Science degrees, foundation degrees, and diplomas of higher education and have been able to attend here today. The full subject details are printed in the insert within the ceremony programme. I present for the degree of Bachelor of Science with First Class Honours, Sarah Diawara. Kerry Jones. Jack Keeble. John Lukey. Michael McGaw. Arma Musharraf. Deborah Pickford. Adam Walker. For the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours, I present Pamela Adams. Michael Baker. Adele Beacon. Katarina Bozulskova. Tiffany Dennett. David Bollens. Okay. Gareth Bowker. Mujibasaki Heaney. Andrea Burley. Charlotte Burton. Richard Clark. Stephanie Clark-Atkins. Howard Collins. James Collings. Andrew Crawford. Chris Cronin. Michael Cuff. Colin Delderfield. Judith Tibsdale. Lawrence Dickens. Emma Dunderdale. Laura Tuplaw. Nick Everingham. Catherine Goy. John Grantham. Berry-Ann Horn. Mohammed Hosseini. Donna Irving. Farah Jaffa. Oh. Let me say your name again, Farah. I'll say that again. Farah Jaffa. Patrick Jakubik. Gaynor Jameson. Paul Dunstan. Louis Jeffs. Manjinder Kaur. Shaista Koza. Layla Khan. Anne Kidd. Brian Cuppen. Athol Lawson. Georgina Lee. Richard Martinson. Natalie Matthews. Shelley Mercer. Lee Phillips. Julian Pillmore. Kimberly Platford. Belinda Pollock. Rebecca Pullen. Leander Rogers. Sarita Saunders. Susan Scott. Vicky Skeldon. Susan Skinner. Derek Smith. Gabor Soltesh. Nicholas Spinks. Charlotte Stevens. Monica Sheligova. Emma Themba. Stephen Thomas. Michelle Tomlinson. Jenny Weston. Maria White. Abby Wilson. Sean Wilson. Edward Workman. John Wright. Shahrin Zaman. For the degree of Bachelor of Science, I present Rosemary Burrows. Cecilia Caballero. Nicholas Clare. Nicola Ferdinand. Annalise Galea. Sarah Green. Richard Griffiths. Paul Humphreys. Samina Kusa. Elena Malchu. Kevin Rance Jackson. Christine Revel. Sarah Schauler. Kim Thornhill. Ian Thornton. Karen Toon. Zoltan Teroshik. Alison Winter. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing Practice with Honours, I present Isabel Adams. Charlotte Houlihan. For a foundation degree, I present Laura Biddulph. Gail Bradshaw. Ivan Herdian. Susan Holman. Alan Humphreys. Paul Jarvis. Nicola McComb. Amanda Rutland. Emily Scott. Hayuk Yayuk Jirshen. Dania Castiolo. Richard Kingsley Parker. Michelle Nathwani. Sarah Jane Noller.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, guests, members of Senate, staff, and of course, our wonderful graduates. This has been a very special day, I know, for everyone here, and one I hope to remember for the rest of your lives. And someone said to me just on the stage, this must be a very pleasurable part of your job, and it certainly is. It's a wonderful thing to be able to stand there and see the pleasure. So it's a great privilege for me to be here in Peterborough. And I've seen, walking across the stage, I've seen so much emotion and pride in the faces of all the graduates as they've walked across the stage. And I've also seen the faces of our audience, the friends and family who've been so supportive. Now, each of you graduates is extraordinary. And together as a group, you're even more extraordinary. I believe that you are an amazing body of graduates. In fact, all of you and your friends and supporters are probably sharing this auditorium with some of the most extraordinary people you're likely to meet. For family, friends, and supporters, you know the incredible efforts that your graduate went to in achieving their qualification. But many of you won't know much about the other graduates. And I'd like to take a small moment just to show ourselves why and the scale of the achievements of our graduates in this room. So I'm going to start by asking a very small number of questions, just so we can all discover a little bit more about you. And if you can, please raise your hand. So I'd like to start just by asking, would everyone who has been employed or done voluntary work at some stage in their study please put up their hands, all of the graduates? And I would say that's pretty nearly all of our graduates. Would those who've helped bring up a family please put up their hands? And that's about a half. And then would all those who've cared for parents or other dependents or some other individual, would they put up their hands, please? And that's a significant number too. So would you, if you put your hand up at all, would you please put your hands up, everyone? And I think that's pretty nearly everyone. So everyone here has needed to fulfill some other obligation alongside their study. And I just want, as Pro-Chancellor, to compare that with students at our more conventional universities, whose extra duties might have extended to the sports team, or indeed their commitment, and I say this of myself as well, their commitment to the student bar. Your efforts are so much greater. So let me share a frustration with you that I've had over the words that we use in higher education to describe students like you. So conventional students are described as full-time students. And OU students like you are described as part-time students. Part-time, no, more like double-time at the OU. But there's only one thing tougher than being an OU student, and that's actually having to live with one. And I've heard the enthusiastic support of family and friends, which tells us all how much your achievement belongs to them as well. So I want to take a moment now for our graduates to acknowledge the support of your family and friends who are here celebrating with you today. Let's thank them for supporting you and standing by you. And can we also thank that other vital group that helped you get here today? And those are our OU, wonderful OU academics, and they're represented here by my colleagues on the stage. They wrote and presented your course material, which I think is some of the best course material, degree course material of any university in the world. They wrote and presented that material, and the tutors who are also represented here on the stage, they helped teach you and get you through it. and they are deserving of huge appreciation too. So let's just acknowledge them too. So you're all absolutely special, but you're also special for one further reason, and that's the quality of the university you've just graduated from and the standards that we set, standards that we know employers recognize and value. So the Open University works with over 1,300 employers regularly, and they invest in our courses. And we have, as the earlier film showed, we have students who work across very, very diverse sectors, so in the health sector, from care assistants to nurses, the education sector from teaching assistants to heads, across the whole of the public sector more broadly, and in the private sector, in the small and medium-sized companies all the way through to the large multinationals. And I meet a wide cross-section of leaders. And whether public or private, large or small, employers all tell me how much they value our OU graduates and how much that degree means to them. So an OU qualification is something to be proud of, something well recognized and well respected. And I hope when you're looking for a new job or a promotion following your qualification, you will remind your employer of that. And if you're looking for some other things to tell people about the university, then here are a few more facts which I hope will be helpful. The Open University's English in Action project, delivered in collaboration with Cambridge Education, is an innovative 10-year project which has and is changing the way in which thousands and thousands of children and young people and adults in Bangladesh learn English. And much closer to home, the Open University is the only higher education institution that works tirelessly in our prisons to provide prisoners with a vital opportunity to increase their learning. In 2013, the OU led the way in digital innovation when it set up the first platform for massive open online courses, bringing free learning to the world through an initiative called FutureLearn. This has gone from strength to strength, and since it was set up, it now has brought together 8 million learners globally. And many of you, I know, will be familiar with our partnership with the BBC. Whenever you see that shield at the end of the TV programme, you can be sure that there will be something extra to learn. Our collaboration with Sir David Attenborough on the Blue Planet is our most famous collaboration, but there are so many BBC programmes which benefit from our research. And I'd like to turn to the research that the OU does more generally. Every 5 or 6 years, there is an exercise to look at how all the universities are faring in research. And the last time this was done, it showed that nearly 3/4 of the Open University's research was marked as 4 or 3-star. That means either world-leading or internationally excellent. And this research, I think, really captures the public's imagination. So a small snapshot of what we've been doing. We're incredibly proud of our tradition in space study, space exploration. And for example, the controlled landing of the Cassini space program. The Cassini mission has literally transformed the world's understanding of the second largest planet in our solar system, Saturn, with its vast ring system and its unique moons. And the scientific legacy of that mission alone will last well beyond its fiery end in the clouds of Saturn. And another area where the Open University does very well, we score very highly in terms of our student satisfaction levels. These have gone up recently. And now we are, I can safely say that we are well within the top 20 largest universities in the UK for student satisfaction, often beating many of the far more nominally prestigious universities. So, as you can see, you are a member of a university that is a world leader in technology and innovation and in helping people to learn. And you will always be a member of this university. A university that above all else believes that where you start in life shouldn't limit where you go. Today, you join a community of Open University alumni around the world. The OU has been by your side throughout your studies, and today we give you a new commitment to stay with you on your lifelong journey. We promise to help you develop your professional career and to share our latest research to help you constantly widen your horizons. Our motto on the crest behind me is learn and live. That is something that I hope all Open University graduates will embody as they step back into their busy lives. Continue to learn and live. You have proven that you have great skills and great ability. Be confident now that you can change the world around you for the better. Make an impact in what you do. You are now part of a vast network of people as extraordinary as you, our alumni. You may already have been congratulated by the members of our alumni team, and if you didn't get a chance to meet them today, they'll be in touch with you to tell you about what our Alumni Association can offer, as well as ways in which you can remain engaged with the university. Because when you leave today, you become an ambassador for the Open University and all it stands for. Its values of social justice, equality, and knowledge to be open to all. Share your experiences with others. Tell people what your journey has been like and what it's meant to you and what it could mean for them. In a moment, the proceedings will end and the ceremonial party will process. Please do join me and all our processing party outside so that we can congratulate you in person. And now, can I ask one last time for all our graduates to stand and for everyone here to join me in giving them a huge round of applause. Well done indeed. Please sit down one last time. So the proceedings of this degree ceremony have now been completed, and I now declare this meeting of congregation closed. And would all those who are able please now stand? Thank you.